SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
Including myself. I confuse myself every damn day.
It doesn't take me much.
Beautiful night for a ball game.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be gorgeous tomorrow.
Is it? Yeah, it's supposed to be warmer.
It's gonna be 80 by Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Did you close your pool?
Yeah, finally. And the pouring down rain last Saturday. Gotten everything tightened up, though. Ready for the winter. The long, arduous winter.
Monodoro feeding his face with.
I don't know, I'm going to get something.
SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
I don't know why. Well, we're definitely in a minority, but...
Oh, I didn't like it. Didn't like it first time through. And the boys were huge fans. And then when I watched the reruns, it's just I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it the first time. What am I watching this for?
That's like my most big bang theory.
Oh, I love the show. Of course, there are two reasons to watch that show too.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
No, but we'll talk about it. We talked about it last Friday night.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
talk about it. Yeah, we'll.
That's Monday coming up.
We'll be there Monday night.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Yep.
When is that other? When do they do that university thing? That's not on Mondays, is it?
No,
They do something down there. With
Oh,
the coach.
Thursday. That's Thursday night.
That's Thursday. Okay.
With the coach, that's
Yeah.
Thursday night. Yeah.
Okay.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
Talked to a couple of big spring fans here recently, and they're keen on our game the last week of the season. I keep telling them. I said, I worry about our opponent we got this week coming up. I said, you guys should worry about the opponents on your schedule before you get to us.
Yeah, better take them a week at a time.
You're having a good season, but you guys got some tough games on your schedule.
SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsnet.com live programming begins shortly.
Enjoy one of our state's greatest natural resources, Pennsylvania high school football.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. 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 SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
Here come to Mark. T-ball.
We also invite you to stop by the Blue Devil Quarterback Club tent. Check out the newest Blue Devil apparel for the 2016 season.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Greencastle Anthem High School Blue Devil Marching Band is proud to present their 2016 program, Phases of the Moon. This year's band consists of 37 instrumentalists, 15 color guards, and is led on the field by drum majors Stephanie Gimmel and Caitlin Bowser. The band is under the direction of Mr. Robert W. Bennett Jr., and he is assisted by Mr. Brock Bricker. Musical arrangements are by Mr. John Mahan, and visual design by Ryan Everly. Musical and instrumental staff include Mrs. Amanda Beach, Dr. Eric Plump. Percussion staff includes Mr. Jeff Carty, Heather Now, and Emily Kiefer.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly. SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
I'm going to go talk to those people that I told you I want to talk to.
SESportsNet.com live programming begins shortly.
SE Sportsnet, the exclusive home for Greyhound sports.
Back to pass. Livingston lets it loose up the near sidelines, and he has Norman at the 40. Norman at the 30. Norman's going to go all the way for the Greyhound touchdown.
Geiger kicks it outside, and Geiger's going to score. Three wide receivers to the far side, back to pass. Gustafson's going to throw it out there in the slot again, and this is Wade Mills. He's going to get it for the touchdown.
It's picked off by Wade Mills at the 35. Mills back across midfield. Mills at the 30, cuts to the inside, he's at the 20. Wade Mills at the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown Wade Mills.
SE Sportsnet is proud to bring you Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight, the Hounds travel to Greencastle Antrim to take on the Blue Devils. Shippensburg Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet is presented by the Kramer Insurance Agency and brought to you by Newt's Pub and Grill, H&H Chevrolet Cadillac, New Life Painting, Kathy's Deli, Premier Events, CBR Uniforms, The News Chronicle, and Pizza Man. Now it's time for the Greyhound Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by the Reese D'Angelo Nationwide Insurance Agency. Live from Greencastle, here's Scott Smith and Rob Ebersole.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to SE Sportsnet coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football. Tonight we are live at Cayley Field in Greencastle, Antrim, as the 6-0 Greyhounds take on the Blue Devils of Greencastle, Antrim, in a crucial Colonial Division contest. A contest over the years that's really turned into a really big rivalry, Rob, between these two squads. Shippensburg having just an absolutely wonderful football season, in this young Greencastle squad they're building.
They sure are, and under longtime head coach Chuck Taninis, they're really struggling this year. 1-5 overall, 1-2 in the Colonial Division, and they only have beaten West Perry. It's the only win of the year, 35-21. And Shippensburg, another fantastic comeback last night against Mifflin County, down big at half. They came back and just played so well, and it wasn't an easy win, but it was a late touchdown by Mifflin County made it a closer game than what it was. But Shippensburg really clicking on all cylinders here at this 6-0 start.
Yeah, Shippensburg scored 24 points in that second half to come from behind, but some really great performances by Carter Van Syhawk and Cody Gustafson, the offensive side of the ball, and Cameron Tinner and Ian King and a couple of other stalwarts who have just turned into a fantastic defense for Shippensburg this year. But we take them one at a time. Shippensburg now finds themselves atop the Mid-Penn District 3 4A class as they head toward the playoffs, and but you got to take them one at a time.
You sure do, and I talked to Coach Faust today, and he told me a great story. I asked him what he said at halftime whenever Shippensburg was trailing last week, and he said nothing. And then he paused for a minute, and I said, well, who did? And he says Carter did, because Carter Van Syhawk had an uncharacteristically bad half for his standards, a couple of fumbles which led to scores. And he stood up in front of the team and said, hey, I didn't play very well in the first half. I'm going to play better in the second half, and we're going to come back and win this ball game, which they did, which is kind of a cool story. And it just shows this team's dedication and how they have played so well so far. And, of course, a lot of talent on the field, as you mentioned, Scott.
Yeah, and you really can tell the character of this ball club. Look at a tweet that was going on this afternoon between Adam Hauser and Cody Gustafson. Gustafson, the leading scorer for the Hounds so far this year with 48 points. Adam Hauser tweeted out this afternoon. He says, I'm going to take the scoring lead before the game's over tonight. He trails by just 6 points in that scoring category. But Carter Van Syhawk has had just a fantastic year. He's thrown for over 1,100 yards so far, and we still have 4 games to go.
You sure do, and, of course, his favorite target is Cody Gustafson, and he has just had an unbelievable year. He is the #1 receiver in the Mid-Penn, 40 receptions, 741 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he's averaging 18.5 yards per catch, and got a little more recognition in the Patriot News this week when they go through their awards for the week before, and he got the best performance by a wide receiver with his 14 catches, 231 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Hounds. And let's talk about Adam Hauser for a second, Scott. That's another name that was brought up this afternoon in our conversation with Coach Faust. And Hauser, and we forget he's only a sophomore, he's really rounded into form here the last couple games, really playing outstanding offense and defense.
Yeah, he certainly has. Well, Coach Faust has a big, wide smile on his face. Robin, you said he was very upbeat in your conversation today.
Yeah, he sure was. Last week on the phone and then our pregame for the homecoming, you could tell he was a little preoccupied because he didn't know a whole lot about Mifflin County, and today a familiar opponent in Greencastle. So he was pretty fired up this afternoon.
Well, when we come back, we'll update you on the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils when our countdown to kickoff show continues, sponsored by Reese D'Angelo Nationwide Insurance.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
You have auto insurance because Let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Countdown to kickoff from Greencastle Antrim tonight as the Shippensburg Greyhounds take on the Blue Devils of Greencastle Antrim. Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, and J.D. Davidson here at Greencastle and Cayley Field. And the Blue Devils have had a tough year, just 1-5.
Yeah, they started out losing to three pretty good teams out of conference: Chambersburg, Milton, Hershey, and East Pennsboro. And those three schools are in the top 8 in the Quad A playoff hunt, along with Shippensburg. That's Milton, Hershey, and East Pennsboro, of course. And then he did beat West Perry and lost their last two to Mifflin County, who's a better team than what their record shows. They played a very good game last week against Shippensburg. And then another big team that will have yet to face, will face the last game of the season. They lost to Big Spring 49-21. Demetrius Burton is a name we're probably going to call a lot tonight, Scott. He's the leading rusher with over 500 yards rushing here in the first 6 games, averaging almost 6 yards per carry. And he's also caught 6 passes out of the backfield for 1 touchdown. And the quarterback is Cade McDowell. He was the quarterback last year. He is a junior and not really good statistics passing-wise, 23 for 62. 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
Well, when you look over this roster, Rob, there are a lot of sophomores and a lot of juniors on this team, and they are rebuilding.
Yeah, they are, and as you mentioned in the opening, it's been a rivalry for a long time, and some memorable games we've seen up here, and of course at Shippensburg too. But it just seems like up here it's always a really good ball game, and you never know about the weather. It's a nice night, a little chilly, but a nice night as both teams are out onto the field. But hey, even as bad as the records are for Greencastle and how good it is for Shippensburg, again, a long-standing rivalry between these two teams.
Yeah, and I think you've got to take them one game at a time. There's 4 left. Shippensburg would like to find themselves in a really nice position heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that halftime. There's a lot of competition in that top 8, and it's not going to be easy, but you're right. They got to win these last 4 regular season games.
Well, a big crowd has traveled down Route 81 and Route 11 to support the Shippensburg Greyhounds, have gathered here at Greencastle tonight. Coming up next on SC Sportsnet, it's the Hounds and the Blue Devils. Stay tuned.
Since 1844, Shippensburg's hometown newspaper, the Shippensburg News Chronicle, has been making it their business to cover breaking news, features, local government, and sport. And now you can have your hometown news delivered to your door or to your computer for just pennies a day. Whether you prefer the traditional print, e-edition, or web edition, you will always be in touch with the community. To subscribe, go to shipnc.com and click on the edition that suits your lifestyle. Stay in touch with Shippensburg and the surrounding communities by subscribing today. shipnc.com, the Shippensburg News Chronicle, now at our new location, 240 West King Street. Newt's Pub and Grill, voted the #1 pub in Shippensburg, offers a full menu of homemade soups, award-winning burgers, wings, quality entrees, sandwiches, and Newt's famous chips. Lunch or dinner, you can relax with family and friends for an enjoyable and delectable experience. For your next special celebration or just a night out, Newt's Pub and Grill, West King Street in Shippensburg is the place to go. With spacious booths and plenty of HD TVs, outstanding menu which includes Wednesday wings and Thursday burgers. Try Newt's Pub and Grill after the game or anytime.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Greyhounds Countdown to Kickoff has been sponsored by Reese D'Angelo Nationwide Insurance Agency. Nationwide is on your side.
It's kickoff time for Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet, served up by Rita's of Shippensburg. Now let's go live to the Robert T. Henry broadcast booth in Greencastle. Here's Scott Smith and Rob Ebersole.
Hi again, everybody. SE Sportsnet in Greencastle tonight to cover the Greyhounds and the Blue Devils. Glad to have you along on this Friday night. Crisp fall weather has met us here tonight. A little cloudy skies, no wind in the air whatsoever as both teams have come out on the field, and we have the toss of the coin. Looks like the Blue Devils have won the toss, and they're going to receive and defend the goal to our left. Shippensburg will kick it off to get this one underway on this Friday night. Glad to have you along.
Yeah, this is the only facility that has us outdoors. We've sat outdoors at some other places over the past, but we're in an open area across the field from the regular press box, and it does have a roof on it. But we've been up here sometimes with some pretty crazy weather later in the year, a little snow, a little rain, but Scott mentioned a nice night overall, a little bit chilly, but a good night for football.
So Shippensburg deploys off to our right, which will be the west goal here, actually, the west end of the field. The Blue Devils in their home blue and gold jerseys will be deploying to our left. To the east goal as this turf field sits tonight. Going back deep for Greencastle is Demetrius Burton. And Eddie Ocker teeing up the football for Shippensburg at his 40-yard line. Big crowd on hand. Glad to have you along on this Friday night. So pull up a chair and enjoy the football action on SE Sportsnet and WEEO Radio. There's the referee's whistle. And Eddie Ocker approaches the football. End-over-end kick, short kick. Demetrius picks it up at the 25. He's out across the 30, 35, and brought down at about the 36-yard line goes the Blue Devil running back. Tackle made by Ethan Stauffer. So the Blue Devils, led by junior quarterback Cade McDowell, will start to work at the 40-yard line. 41-yard line on that return by Burton.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Faust about the short kickoffs last week against Mifflin County, and he said it was on purpose because of their deep returner, but that wasn't a very good kickoff to start the game off tonight by Eddie Ocker.
Ball 20 yards in from the near side. McDowell from the gun. High snap, hands the football off to his running back, Burton, and he is spun down as it gets out to the 43-yard line by Colby Tracy for Shippensburg. He'll pick up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
The Coach Faust told me that obviously this is their main cog of their offense is Burton, and we'll be watching him to run the ball a lot tonight.
Carter checks out of the offense. They have running room to the far side of the field, and they deploy Budner to that side. Again from the gun. McDowell hands the football off to Burton, who jukes across the 45. He'll move the chains as he's in Shippensburg territory down at the 47-yard line of Shippensburg. Dylan Jumper coming up to make the stop, but that's a first down for the Blue Devils. Nice blocking up front. And Demetrius Burton with a nice run to pick up that first down.
Yeah, and Shippensburg had a lot of men up in the blocks anticipating the run, but still, as you mentioned, good blocking and open up a nice hole for Burton.
Wide receiver to the far side of the formation. McDowell under center. Inside handoff this time goes to Kieran Zimmerman, who counters into the far side of the line and gets the ball down close to the 45-yard line of Shippensburg. Dylan Jumper along with Cameron Tinner. That'll pick up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Just underway. First quarter of play from Greencastle tonight. Devils moving left to right. Budner is wide to that side of the formation. 2 setbacks behind McDowell. Burton gets the handoff, and he puts his head down and gets the ball down close to the 43-yard line before he's met by Colby Holtry and Cameron Tinner of Shippensburg. He'll pick up a couple more, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
You mentioned Cameron Tenner a little bit in the pregame, Scott, and he has just had an unbelievable year, just unbelievably great in the defensive end of the field, and he also has contributed on the offense too.
Carter checks into the lineup for the Blue Devils, and Kyler checks out the backfield. 2 wide receivers set in the slot to the far side of the formation this time on 3rd down and 6. From the gun, McDowell wants to run the football, and he'll hit into the line and get a couple more down to the 41-yard line of Shippensburg. Met by Cameron Tinner. And that picks up 2 more, and it'll be 4th down and about 4. This drive started at the Greencastle 41-yard line. They moved the ball down to the Shippensburg 41. So it's 4th down, and it looks like Greencastle's going to punt it away.
Yeah, it looked like there for a moment they were going to try to go for it on 4th down, but the punting team is on.
In to punt is Tanner Bain. Nice snap. Bain hits off the side of his foot, and it's going to go out of bounds. And let's see exactly where it goes out of bounds up the near side of the field. As the field judge is coming up, and he puts his hand down at about the Shippensburg 28-yard line. So not a very long punt by Bain, and the Hounds will get excellent field position for their first possession of the evening at their own 28-yard line. Here comes Carter Van Syock and crew. Clayton Stein goes wide to the far side. Cody Gustafson is the near side. As the Hounds move right to left, they have running room to the far side of the formation. It's Hauser and Torres in the backfield. And the handoff goes to Philip Torres, who hits into the center of the line and picks up about 2 out to the 29-yard line. Chase Remsburg making the tackle. It's a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. Ball 20 yards in from the near sideline. Again, Stein goes to that side. Gustafson to the near. McSherry is winged to the far side of the formation. Van Syock under center with the takeaway. Steps back to pass. Looks for Gustafson up the near sideline, and it's off his fingertips at the Greencastle 44-yard line and incomplete. Nice step-by-step coverage by Antoine Carter for the Devils. Just slightly overthrown, and it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, caught the fingertips, but Gustafson not quite able to haul that one in. Close, though. That's probably the favorite play that the 2 runs, Carter to Gustafson.
Yeah, that little fly pattern has worked well all season long. This time Hauser comes to the near side, and they send 3 wide receivers to the far side of the formation. Torres is the lone setback. Van Syock with a takeaway. Rolls to the far sideline. Here comes some pressure. He steps and throws. He makes the connection across the field and out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Shippensburg, and that'll move the chains for Shippensburg 1st down. Nice down-and-out pattern run by Cody Gustafson.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Just a little rollout by Van Syock, and Gustafson was open there on the far sideline. That's one thing Coach Faust and I talked about, is how good he is at making sure he's in bounds on that sideline.
Stein to the far, Gustafson to the near. McSherry is winged to the far side. Van Syock hands the football off to Philip Torres, and Torres straight ahead, crosses the 45 and goes down at the 47-yard line of Shippensburg. Bradley Shear making the tackle. But that's a pickup of 6. It'll be 2nd down and about 4.
Torres last week, 16 carries, 84 yards, and on the year, almost at 400 yards. I'll probably get him to 400 yards, averaging almost 6 yards per carry.
Running room to the near side of the formation. Double wing set this time as they send Noah Chavez in motion and hand the football to him, and Chavez turns up the near side, and it's dropped at the 49-yard line by Logan Shiflett. It's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down. They just have to get the ball across midfield for the 1st down. Actually, let's call it 3rd down and 2. Hounds break the huddle. Running room to the far side of the formation. Van Syock hands the football off to Hauser. Hauser's first carry of the night picks up the first down in Greencastle territory at the 47-yard line. Met in there by Blake Mills for the Devils, but that moves the chains for the Greyhounds, and it's 1st and 10, Shippensburg at the Blue Devil 47-yard line.
Hauser with 58 yards rushing last week, and he's averaging over 5 yards per carry for the year with 345 yards coming into this contest.
Hauser hurt earlier in the season, but he's come back strong. He had a tremendous football game last week. 1st and 10 for Shippensburg in Greencastle territory. The toss this time to Adam Hauser with a big opener, 40, 30, puts his head down, 25, and goes down at the 23-yard line. Adam Hauser with lots of running room got loose into the Greencastle secondary and picks up another Shippensburg first down. Demetrius Burton pulling him down from behind. Nice run by Hauser.
Yeah, and had plenty of green space in front of him, and tracked down by a fast defensive back in Burton.
24-yard carry by Adam Hauser puts the ball at the Greencastle 23-yard line. Van Syok with a takeaway. The toss to Hauser up the far side this time. Blockers out in front, down inside the 15, down inside the 10, and forced out of bounds. Close to the 5-yard line goes Adam Hauser on another nice run. Braden Black coming up to make the stop. But Hauser will go out of bounds at about the 6-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal, Shippensburg.
And Cameron Tinner out front that time, Scott, with a nice block downfield, which enabled Hauser to get a couple more yards.
Hauser checks out and Chavez checks into the Greyhound backfield.
Shippensburg with a wrinkle in the last 2 plays, Scott. They went from the I formation, a little toss sweep left, a little toss sweep right, a little old school.
This time, Gustafson comes to the near side. Backs in an I formation. The toss to Chavez, who looks inside, now turns outside, and he's going to go in from 6 yards out for the Shippensburg touchdown.
Chavez only 14 carries on the year, and that was his first touchdown, but quite a drive, quite an opening drive by the Greyhounds.
Yeah, very nice drive by the Shippensburg Greyhounds to put them out in front at the 5:28 mark of this first quarter of play. Jackson Van Horn will attempt the point after. Out of the Cameron Tinner hold. The snap, the ball is down. Van Horn's kick is up. And it's good. Shippensburg 7, Greencastle nothing.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family. But what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676 or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
SC Sportsnet coverage of Greyhound football from the Robert T. Henry Pharmacy broadcast booth. For free home prescription delivery, call 532-5812. 9 plays, 73 yards. 6-yard run by Noah Chavez has put Shippensburg out in front by a score of 7-0. Eddie Ocker, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Eddie Ocker tees up the football as Demetrius Burton waits at about his 15-yard line. High end over end kick. Burton comes up and picks it up at about the 18, fumbles the football, bounces right back to him, and he's going to go down after he crosses the 25. Could not get any momentum and goes down at the 27-yard line. Austin Kozier finally making the tackle.
I was going to say, Scott, that I'd like to see Ocker with a little more distance on his kickoff, and he did do it that time, but it was still returnable, but Burton fumbled and kind of lost his momentum.
Put his ball down at the 28 of the Blue Devils, who trail 7-0 with 5:22 left to go in the quarter. Carter comes wide to the near side. Actually has set a slot up to that side. McDowell from the gun hands the football off to Burton, who is tackled immediately in the backfield and maybe falls forward by Denny Santana and Carcion. They mark his forward progress to the 29. He picks up a yard, so we'll call it 2nd down and 1, but Encarcion was in the backfield immediately on that play.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. He's had a good year defensively for the Hounds.
This time they send Budner wide to the near side. In fact, it's a 4-man wide set. They toss the ball out here to Kieran Zimmerman, and it's off his hands and incomplete. So it will be 3rd down and 9. Colby Holtry on the coverage for the Hounds. Just joining us, the Hounds taking their first possession and taking it in from 73 yards out, capped off by a Noah Chavez 6-yard touchdown run. Blue Devils now will face a 3rd and 9 with the ball resting at their own 29-yard line. Devils break the huddle. Cade McDowell works from the gun with Burton to the near side of the formation. 3 wide receivers. McDowell wants to throw the football, rolls to the near side, eludes one tackler, and now he is bowled under as he gets maybe out to the 31-yard line. Hitting him hard was Dylan Jumper for Shippensburg. But that's going to bring up a gain of just 3 yards, and it'll be 4th down and 6.
Yeah, McDowell rolled to his right and couldn't find anybody open right away. And Cameron Tinner had a hold of him but couldn't bring him down, but it slowed the progress of McDowell and the incomplete pass.
Tanner Bain to punt for the 2nd time tonight as Adam Hauser awaits at his 35. It's a little better punt by Bain. It's going to hit at the 40-yard line and then act like a knuckleball, and he is down by the Blue Devils at the Shippensburg 37-yard line. So Shippensburg will have good field position for their 2nd possession of the football game.
Well, that certainly helps things, obviously, whenever they're starting outside their own 30-yard line, a little shorter field, and they had no trouble last time with the 9-play, 73-yard scoring drive.
4:03 left to go here in the quarter. Hounds moving right to left for their 2nd possession. Stein to the far side and Gustafson to the near. Hauser and Torres in the backfield. Adam Hauser sweeping it up the far side of the football field. Blockers out in front, turns the quarter. 40, eludes one tackler, spins and turns out across the 45 and goes down at the 48-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down on a 12-yard run by Adam Hauser from scrimmage. Brady Shear making the tackle. He spun away from one defender up the far sideline and picked up about 3 more yards.
Yes, he did, and that's what he's been doing better here the last couple of games. He's fighting for those extra yards, making a couple extra cuts, and again, playing really good football here the last 3-4 games.
Well, 20 yards in for the far side of the field. Stein to that side and Gustafson to the near. Backs are split. Van Syok under center. Wants to throw. Straight back. Plenty of protection. Looks for Gustafson. And he has him complete for the 1st down at the 22-yard line of Greencastle. Threw it right over the right shoulder. And Cody Gustafson came up with a nice catch. Antoine Carter on the coverage, but he couldn't prevent the reception by Shippensburg's leading receiver.
Yeah, it wasn't bad coverage by Carter. He was stride with Cody, but what a throw and a nice catch by Cody Gustafson.
30-yard pass from Van Syok to Gustafson, and Shippensburg's on the move again. 1st and 10 at the Blue Devils' 22-yard line. Van Syok with a takeaway. This is Torres, who has an opening down across the 20 and down to about the 19-yard line. Caleb Schaefer coming up to make the tackle. But that's a 3-yard pickup, and it will be 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 19 of Greencastle for the Hounds. Stein goes to the far side. McSherry's wing to that side. They have running room to that side as the backs once again are split behind Van Syok. Hand off to Hauser, sweeping it up the far sideline. Penalty flag goes. Hauser spins out of one tackle and then goes out of bounds close to the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the penalty marker's about.
It's the 2nd penalty on the far side there, Scott. It's going to be offsetting penalties. I think holding on Shippensburg and a personal foul on Greencastle. He smacked one of the defensive players, smacked Hauser out of bounds.
Yeah, and Hauser's still down on one knee on that far sideline.
Boy, the way you're seeing these calls made in college, that would have been an ejection, I believe. That was a late hit, way late.
And the ref, I'm sorry.
That's all right, he's up now.
Takes his helmet off, puts it back on. He's going to jog back, but he's I think, going to have to check out of the offense for at least one play. And we'll see what these penalty markers are about.
Yeah, does high school have any kind of a rule like that as far as targeting is concerned?
They do. Whether they'll enforce it here or not. Referee holding against the Greyhounds. That's going to be walked back, and then personal foul against the Blue Devils for unsportsmanlike conduct, and then they're going to walk 15 yards off against Greencastle, which is the right way to do it because the hit occurred after the play.
That is correct.
So the ball will be placed down at the 15-yard line, where it will be second down and about 3 for Shippensburg. Hounds break the huddle, send 3 wide receivers to the near side, and Noah Chavez goes wide to the far side. Torres is the lone setback. Van Syok with the takeaway. Rolls to the near sideline, steps and throws, and it's going to bounce short of the intended receiver in the end zone and incomplete. Trying to see who that was intended for. Gustafson.
It looked like the ball kind of slipped out of Van Syok's hand there because he was well short of the intended receiver, and it wasn't a crisp pass at all.
Third down and 3 for Shippensburg at the Devil 15. Hauser back into the game. He's in there with Cameron Tinner as they set up an eye. Hauser is the tailback. Carter Van Syok tosses to Hauser. Adam Hauser twists and turns, fumbles the football as he goes down, but I think he was down, and he'll pick up the first down at the 10-yard line of Greencastle. He stretched her out, and when he did, he dropped the football. Burton on the tackle. But that moves the chains, and let's see where they place the football. They place it down at the 10, so it's going to be first and goal for Shippensburg. Looking to put some more points on the board here, leading 7-0 with 1:51 left to go in the quarter. Fast-moving first quarter of play. Hounds have running room to the near side of the formation. That's where Gustafson deploys. I formation again in the backfield. Fake to Hauser. Carter Van Syok wants to run with the football, and he's going to lose a couple of yards as he's pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss is back to the 13-yard line. Demetrius Burton in the Shippensburg backfield, and it will be second down and goal.
Van Syok, some pressure that time by the defense, couldn't find anybody open, and now we have the officials' timeout. Unofficially, Hauser was 61 yards rushing here so far in the first quarter, Scott.
Wow. Doing some equipment adjustment on a Greencastle Antrim ball player.
That's just what Shippensburg needed to do here tonight. Get out fast against an outmanned team in Greencastle, but take a little wind out of their sails right away. Have a chance to go up by 2 touchdowns here. So Burton's going to go to the sideline. I guess that's maybe something wrong with his helmet.
So it will be second and goal from the 13 now for Shippensburg. 1:05 left to go in the quarter. Running room to the near side of the formation. That's where Gustafson is. Carter hands the football off to Adam Hauser, who cannot turn the corner on a really nice play, but a penalty marker flies. Thrown by the head linesman on the near side of the formation. Tanner Bain makes a tackle. As that time Hauser couldn't turn the corner, and the loss is back to the 17-yard line. So let's see what this call is.
I think it's going to be on Shippensburg, the way they're walking back. It's a hold, maybe.
Ball is resting at the 17. Holding against Shippensburg will be declined, and it will be third down now. That's an interesting call, Rob.
Yeah.
So that makes it third and goal now from the 17. Hounds with the football in the red zone here, having a little trouble putting it in the end zone. Running room to the far side where trips is set up. Hauser the lone setback. Carter rolls to that side. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to go down. Loss is outside the 25, down at the 26-yard line. Brady Shear led the charge, but they were coming hard that time. And Carter Van Syok just had to eat the football.
Yeah, that was another good defensive play by Greencastle. They were all over Van Syok before he had a chance to look downfield.
And the first quarter is over. The Hounds lead it 7-0. We'll be back.
What is one of the best ways to give your staff a professional look? Dress them for success with customized outerwear, sweaters, sport and woven shirts, or tees sporting your business logo. CVR Uniforms will apply your professional logo or group logo to any of their products. CVR Uniforms offers excellent turnaround time and the highest quality work at competitive prices. 111 West King Street inside of Town Cleaners. Call CVR Uniforms today at 532-7622.
Greyhound football on SC Sportsnet, powered by the Kramer Insurance Agency. We're ready for second quarter action as the Hounds lead the Blue Devils by a score of 7-0. Here's Rob Ebersol.
Thank you, Scott. It'll be 4th down and long, 4th and goal from the 26 for the Greyhounds. No doubtly they'll try to find somebody open in the end zone.
Devils have had a nice defensive set this time against the Hounds after they had the football deep in the territory. In fact, they had it down to the 10-yard line, and they've yet to be able to put the ball in the end zone.
Stein is split to the near side. Gustafson to the far side. 4th down and long. Van Syok looking left side of the field to Cody Gustafson, double teamed, and the ball falls incomplete. So Greencastle will have the ball back here, just starting the second quarter.
Carter and Bain on the double coverage for the Blue Devils. So that works just about as well as a punt, but it has to be a little disappointing for the Shippensburg offense, Rob.
Yeah, 1st and goal, and the defense for Greencastle really stepped up and was harassing Van Syok, unable to get any completions off in a couple of the downs, and he was sacked twice too. So the junior quarterback, Cade McDowell, breaks the huddle. Burton's in the backfield. He's the lone running back for Greencastle. McDowell to Burton over the left side, and he breaks down into the secondary. He's going to be close to the first down. Ian King on the stop for Shippensburg. Going to be a gain of about 9, 2nd down and 1 for the Blue Devils. It's a nice run by the leading rusher, Demetrius Burton. He's a junior, 5'9", 175. So a junior quarterback and a junior running back for Coach Tedinis. So Burton and Bain in the backfield, and this is Burton again, and Burton is going to be set back, and I don't think he made the first down yardage. Cameron Tinner, nice tackle. No gain on that play, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Tinner had some really great movement off the ball that time and cut Burton down at the ankles, prevented him from picking up the first down.
7-0 Greyhounds early in the second quarter. Shippensburg looking for their 7th consecutive victory on this 2016 campaign. 3rd and short for Greencastle. And this is Burton over the right side. Burton's going to have the first down for Greencastle. Chains will move. Cameron Tinner on the stop for Shippensburg. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Well, so far it's all been Demetrius Burton as far as the offense is concerned. But the Blue Devils managed to pick up a first down here out their 40-yard line.
2 minutes in here in the second quarter. We have Mike Budner split wide to the right. And McDowell from the gun on 1st and 10. High snap, and he's going to run it. And he's going to have a nice run in a 1st down and more into Shippensburg territory. As McDowell from the gun, who was a quarterback keeper the whole way. Another 1st down for Greencastle. Ian King finally making the stop, but that was a nice 13-yard run by McDowell.
Yeah, that time the Shippensburg linebackers were kind of back on their heels, and McDowell took advantage of that with a quick opener straight ahead on the quarterback keeper.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line of Shippensburg. McDowell, and this is Burton over the right side, and he's going nowhere. That is Colby Holtry. Wraps up Burton. He's going to get maybe 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Greencastle.
Nice job that time by the senior linebacker. Not a very big kid. He's only 154 pounds, but he did a nice job of stopping Burton that time.
Holtry with his 33rd tackle of the season. He's had a great season defensively for Coach Faust. 2nd down and 8, and this is Burton over the right side again. And Burton down the far sideline. He's going to have the 1st down and a lot more before Dylan Jumper. Now the ball is loose, and let's see what happens here. Dylan Jumper on the stop. Gustafson is, and it's going to be a fumble recovery by Shippensburg, and that is Colby Holtry with the fumble recovery, and Burton coughs it up after a long run, a 1st down run, and Shippensburg has it back after the turnover.
Well, Demetrius Burton looks a heck of a lot bigger in his 5'9", 175-pound frame. He's got some power run there. They couldn't hang on to the football, and the Hounds have it back.
1st and 10 at the 20 for Shippensburg. Greencastle had a nice little drive going there, but the turnover gives the ball back. This is Hauser, power sweep right. Hauser breaks into the secondary. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but a nice 1st down run. Braden Black on the tackle. So Hauser with another nice run on 1st down. We'll give him 7, 2nd down and 3.
Some real nice blocking out in front by the Shippensburg offensive line that time. They pulled and moved to the near side of the formation and gave Hauser some nice room to run.
Torres and Hauser split behind Van Syok. And Carter back to pass. He rolls left. He's being pressured, and he's going to go down again. So Carter, Van Syok, I think that's the 3rd time. Bradley Shear on the stop, but Van Syok rolled to the left, and he was just tackled almost immediately. Had no chance to try to find an open receiver.
Well, last couple possessions here, Rob, the defensive line of Greencastle has been manhandling Shippensburg and been giving Carter fits.
Big loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12. Ball back at the 18-yard line of Shippensburg.
Shippensburg hasn't been able to convert last couple possessions on 3rd down.
Van Syok, and he's going to be tackled again. Another tackle, and that was Holdsworth on the sack. And a great defensive stand that time by Greencastle. They just didn't allow Shippensburg to do anything after getting the ball back on the turnover.
Yeah, and two successive defensive stands by Greencastle has given the Shippensburg offense fits. And Ocker's got to punt it away from his 3-yard line.
Carter and Zimmerman back, and the ball hits at the 45-yard line of Shippensburg, and that's where it's down, maybe the 46. And Greencastle will have the ball inside Shippensburg territory with good field position.
Yeah, and this momentum in this ball game has changed just a little bit here, Rob, as Greencastle was moving the football offensively, then coughed it up, but in 2 successive series, they've given the Shippensburg offense fits.
Well, yeah, not too long ago it was 1st down and goal to go from the 10 for the Greyhounds. And, of course, they didn't score. They would have gone up by 2 touchdowns. But as Scott mentioned, Greencastle playing very well here in the 2nd quarter. So McDowell under center, 1st down. Fakes the handoff to Burton. He rolls right, and now he's going to run with it and has some running room. And he's going to get inside the 40-yard line before Dylan Jumper wraps him up and throws him down. But that's a good gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, McDowell really used his head that time, Rob. After nobody was open, he just pulled the football back down in and saw the middle was open and scrambled for a good 7 yards.
So McDowell with a couple of nice runs in this quarter from the quarterback position, and this time from the gun. The lone setback is Burton. Now McDowell's going to go under center. No, now he's going to come back out. I guess he was saying something to his offensive line. And this is Burton. Burton right up the gut, and he's going to be stopped. I'm not sure if he gained a yard or not. Eddie Ocker and Cameron Tinner on the stop for Shippensburg. Tyler Hoover also in on the play. They're going to give him 2, though, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for Greencastle. 5:28 remaining. It's been a quick first half here tonight from Greencastle. 3rd and short. McDowell under center. And he's going to do it with the quarterback keeper, and he's going to have the 1st down and more. Ian King and Dylan Jumper make the tackle, but it's going to move the chains. It's 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils.
Well, right now, I'd say the Mo is on the side of the Blue Devils here after stopping Shippensburg when they had it 1st and goal at the 10-yard line, and then Shippensburg not able to convert on the next possession, and they've been giving Shippensburg fits here, and they're on the move.
1st and 10 from the 34. McDowell, man in motion, and they're going to hand the ball off to Bain, and Bain over the right side. It's fumbled, and I do believe Shippensburg has it, and that is the call. So another turnover, and Shippensburg will have the ball back in good field position. That was Denny and Carcione that makes the fumble recovery, and Shippensburg has it back 1st down and 10.
Well, best defensive play that the Greyhounds have had tonight are Greencastle fumbles. 2nd time they've put the ball on the ground. 2nd time the Hounds have recovered. They have the football back at their own 35-yard line with 4:33 left to go here in the half, leading 7-0.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Hauser, the lone setback. No, make that Torres, and Torres around the left end, and Torres is going to gain about 5 yards before he's knocked out of bounds by Bain. So it'll be 2nd down for the Greyhounds and 5 yards to go for the 1st.
Now Shippensburg's going to have to find a way here to avoid some of this defensive pressure that the Blue Devils have been throwing at them.
They'll try maybe a draw play or something to get these defenders on their heels a little bit again. 2nd down and 5. Van Syok under center, and this is Hauser over right tackle, and Hauser breaks 1 tackle, and then he's going to be he breaks free again, and Hauser's going to have the 1st down, and he refuses to go down. 2nd and 3rd and 4th effort by Adam Hauser before Burton finally drags him down, and Burton had hold of his jersey for about 10 seconds and couldn't bring him down.
Yeah, for 10 seconds and more than 10 yards, and what a run by Hauser that time to pick up the 1st down for Shippensburg.
Hauser 5'10", 175, a sophomore, as we mentioned. It's 1st and 10 Greyhounds at the 47-yard line. It's under 4 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Van Syok, this is Torres, and Torres is going to go nowhere. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Shiflett on the stop for Greencastle. No gain, 2nd down 10.
No gain on the play, 2nd down Greyhound.
Greencastle with 9 guys up in the box, Rob. They're just not giving Shippensburg any room up front at all.
Gustafson to the far side. Stein to the near side.
In fact, they've got all 11 within 5 yards of the football right now.
Van Syok, he's going to throw. Far sideline, this is Gustafson.
Oh,
and Gustafson.
What a catch. Oh, man.
Unbelievable. Antoine Carter was all over Cody Gustafson, and he brought it down like he was all by himself. Nice gain two-step drop by Carter Van Syok, and Shippensburg in business inside the 35-yard line with Greencastle.
Oh, he just dropped it right over the defender. Gustafson backtracking to be able to pick up the ball, and what a great catch.
First down from the 33. This is Hauser over the right side, and Hauser maybe a yard or two before Blake Mills and Schaeffler on the stop. 1 yard gain, second down and 9.
I think you're going to have to start throwing the ball down the field, maybe down the center of the field, Rob, to kind of open some things up here for the Greyhounds, because right now, with having those 9 guys all up on the line of scrimmage, it's tough to run the football.
Sure is. Hauser's had a good first half, but lately not been able to break for any kind of yardage. Second down. Here's the pitch to Hauser over the left side, and Hauser gets past the defender, and he's drugged down. They can't tackle him, so they drag him down by his uniform. So Hauser goes out of bounds on the far sideline, but good gain of about 7 or 6. It'll be third down, and a timeout called by Shippensburg.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
SC Sportsnet coverage of Greyhound football from the Robert T. Henry Pharmacy broadcast booth. For free home prescription delivery, call 532-5812. And Scott, I'll tell you, they can't tackle him, so they got to pull his jersey till he goes down.
Yeah, if they had tearaway jerseys, Greencastle would be in trouble here on this drive. Shippensburg's second quarter has really been the nemesis in the last 3 ball games.
Good point. Third down and short now. Backs in an I. And this is Hauser right up the middle, and he's going to have the first down and a lot more. Adam Hauser still on his feet. Inside the 10-yard line, it's going to be first down and goal to goal as Burton finally drags him down, but there's another nice run by Adam Hauser.
Demetrius Burton riding him like a Brahma bull. Carried him down the football field, did Hauser, for about 8 or 10 yards, and gave Shippensburg the first and goal.
From the 7, it's first down and goal to goal. And this is Hauser again right up the middle. And Adam Hauser is no signal. Going to be short. Clayton Stein was signaling touchdown, but short of the goal line is Adam Hauser.
Well, it took him long enough to put the ball down, now without a huddle.
And Carter Van Syok with the quarterback keeper and a touchdown. And again, the official slow to raise his hands, but into the end zone for the 1 yard run, and it's 13-0 Greyhounds. So that was a good drive by Shippensburg.
Took the turnover and converted it into a touchdown.
Cameron Tinner will hold it for Van Horn. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:08 remaining here in the opening half. It's 14-0 Greyhounds. We'll be right back.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
9-play, 65-yard drive by Shippensburg. Van Syok 1 yard run. And the Van Horn kick. The 1:08 mark here in the second quarter.
After being manhandled by the Blue Devil defense in the last 2 possessions, Shippensburg looked pretty good that time, Rob.
They sure did. Sure did. Nice runs by Hauser and a great catch by Gustafson leading the way.
What an absolutely circus catch.
Zimmerman and Burton back deep. slow ground ball kickoff, and this is Zimmerman, and Zimmerman still on his feet. A decent return, and going to be brought down to about the 37-yard line. Kane Freidinger makes this stop. So 1 minute and 1 second remaining here in the half. Greencastle, I believe, has all 3 of their timeouts. And had a couple drives stopped by fumbles by Burton. Obviously trailing 14-0. Burton, the lone setback, and McDowell from the gun on first down. Back to pass. Throws near side. This is Zimmerman, and Zimmerman is not going to get it. Well, he did get a good gain there. He dove forward at the last second. Patterson on the stop for Shippensburg. And a gain of 4, second down and 6, and a timeout called by Greencastle.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Nice crowd here tonight, Greencastle. Shippensburg with a nice contingent. McDowell on second down, and he throws the ball, and it is caught. Going to be short of the first down. The receiver was Budner, Cameron Tinner on the stop, so it'll be third down and a long one for the Blue Devils. McDowell from the shotgun, Burton in the backfield. Back to pass, swing pass, and it is going to be a completed. This is Schaeffler. No, incomplete pass?
Yeah, he dropped the football.
He dropped it. And coverage by Brandon Wheeler. So it's 4th down and 1. Clock stops, and I believe, well, no, they're going to punt it away. So good defensive stand there that time by the Greyhounds. And Adam Hauser will drop back deep. The punt by Tanner Bain. Nice kick this time. And Hauser back at the 15. He's going to let it bounce, and he picks it up, and he's going to be tackled immediately by Eberly, Seth Eberly. That could have been disastrous, but Hauser holds on to the ball. And Shippensburg will have the ball back, and Adam Hauser had to be pulled back by his teammate Dylan Jumper as he said something to one of the Greencastle players, and now the referee is going back talking to Hauser. I don't know what happened. I didn't see anything, but Hauser had to be restrained. He was ready to chase after one of the Greencastle players. First down and 10. Ball at the 14-yard line. I would think Shippensburg is just going to be safe here. And this is Torres over the right tackle. A gain of a couple, and that's going to be it for the first half. So Shippensburg with a touchdown in each of the first 2 quarters. They lead it 14-0.
Your complete quality satisfaction is unconditionally guaranteed. That's the backbone that New Life Painting of Shippensburg has built their business on since 1998. New Life Painting has been providing Central Pennsylvania residential and commercial painting at its best. Keith and Chris Carroll welcome the opportunity to discuss your next painting project with a free on-the-spot estimate, and your satisfaction is the center of their quality work. Give them a call at 423-5577, and you'll soon learn what satisfaction and guaranteed is all about.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event. Kathy's Deli, West King Street in Shippensburg is happy to cater almost any event imaginable, from banquets to picnics, corporate events, or elegant wedding receptions. Kathy's Deli offers quality food and exceptional service. Catering all over the Cumberland Valley for all size groups, Kathy's experience and expertise, along with your ideas, will make for real crowd pleasers. Give Kathy or Donna a call at 477-8300 for individualized consultations. Kathy's Deli of Shippensburg. Experience the difference. Now you can stay in touch with Shippensburg and the surrounding communities by subscribing to your hometown newspaper, the Shippensburg News Chronicle. Print edition, web edition, or e-edition, all at your fingertips and for just pennies a day. ShipNC.com gets you connected to breaking news, sports, features. Since 1844, Shippensburg has depended on the accuracy of the news and sports and more at the Shippensburg News Chronicle. Subscribe today at ShipNC.com. Now at our new location, 240 West King Street.
So we've played 24 minutes of football at Greencastle, and the Shippensburg Greyhounds lead the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils by a score of 14-0. A couple of nice scoring drives by Shippensburg. Took advantage of one turnover. And Adam Hauser had a nice first half.
He sure did. Recap the scoring very quickly. Chavez with a 6-yard run at the 5:28 mark of the first quarter, and Van Horn with the
possessions. Greencastle gave Shippensburg some fits in there. They're really playing it close and tight up front. And then Shippensburg kind of was able to change it up on that last scoring drive and move the ball a little bit more effectively.
Well, when they were getting in trouble, Van Sock was trying to roll out either the left or the right, and either way he was getting tackled and didn't really have a chance to do much. But the last scoring drive was just like a two-step drop, and he got the ball off quickly to Gustafson for that nice play. So, hey, if they're going to play those 9, 10, or all 11 defensive players inside the box, inside the 10-yard radius of where the line of scrimmage is, hey, that's what you got to do, get that quick drop and get the pass off quickly.
So it is 14-0 here at halftime, as Shippensburg looks to go 7-0 on this 2016 football campaign. SE Sportsnet Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Pizza Man at 20 North Seneca Street, Shippensburg. Pizza, wings, and classic dishes. Dine in, carry out, or call 530-1607 for delivery. And this week's SE Sportsnet Pizza Man Athlete of the Week is Hannah Pletcher for her 28 saves in 3 girls soccer masses. Hannah's received 52% of the vote this week. Congratulations to Shippensburg's high Hannah Pletcher. Next week's poll will be posted next Thursday on sesportsnet.com. You may vote until just before game time. And you may nominate a Pizza Man Athlete Player of the Week. Just send us a tweet at sesportsnet.com. Tune in next week at halftime for the Pizza Man SC Sportsnet Athlete of the Week. More coming up on our halftime show right after these messages.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
With more than 20 years of experience, Kathy Pugh and her customer service friendly staff are no strangers to making customers happy with great food and friendly hometown service. From specialty soups, salads, made-to-order sandwiches, baked goods, and gourmet coffees, Kathy's Deli has grown to one of the most popular caterers in our area. A great place for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Voted #1 deli and #1 for lunch. Kathy's Deli, West King Street, Shippensburg. Experience the difference.
Back here at Greencastle.
Fire that director, would you?
JD, your thoughts of the first half?
Good first half for Shippensburg. Defensively, they kept Greencastle off the scoreboard. They did what they had to do on the defensive end. Offensively, 14 points, a nice number, but Shippensburg left some points out there in the first half.
Yeah, they sure did. They probably could be up by more than that 14 points, but give a little bit of credit to the Greencastle defense.
Yeah, the second drive Shippensburg had, they got down there to the 10, and actually the first play, Shippensburg missed the handoff, and that just blew everything up. They lost yardage. The next play, Shippensburg tried to go wide. Greencastle was ready for it this time and threw Hauser for a loss. And then we talked about this last week with Mifflin County not knowing what teams' tendencies are. Well, Shippensburg lined 3 receivers up to the right, and they know that when that's the case, 90% of the time, Van Sire is going to roll that direction. So they slanted their outside defensive end to the left, opened up a gap in the center, shot the linebacker, and sacked Van Sire for a big loss on third down.
Well, Carter, though, has thrown the ball pretty well. A nice catch by Gustafson in the last drive, and Adam Hauser running the ball. So, again, nothing fancy, nothing exciting really, but just a good effort first half for Shippensburg.
Actually, I think Cody's made 3 nice catches tonight because the defensive back's been all over him, and that first pass to him just went off his fingertips there on their first possession. So he's done a nice job of, making the catches. But Shippensburg's other receivers, they got to step up here. They got to have more of an option than just Cody. But the running game's come through tonight and done a really nice job against this Greencastle defense.
Game stats are sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control of Shippensburg. JD, first half stats, please.
Okay, the Greyhounds, 25 rushes, 112 yards. Adam Hauser breaks the century mark in the first half, 12 for 103. Philip Torres, 6 for 21. Noah Chavez, 2 for 8. Carter Van Sock, 5 for a -20. Van Sock passing, 3 for 6 for 62 yards. Cody Gustafson, the 3 catches for 62 yards. 174 yards total offense for the Greyhounds. For Greencastle Antrim, 17 rushes for 81 yards. Burton, their leading ball carrier, 10 for 51. McDowell passing, 2 for 4 for 9 yards. 90 yards of total offense in the first half for the Blue Devils. The Greyhounds with 10 first downs, Greencastle with 4. On the defensive side of the football, Cameron Tinner with 7 tackles, 4 solo. Dylan Jumper with 6 tackles, 3 solo. And fumble recoveries by Holtree and Santana and Carcion.
Thank you, JD. Game stats are sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control of Shippensburg.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
What is one of the best ways to give your staff a professional look? Dress them for success with customized outerwear, sweaters, sport and woven shirts, or tees sporting your business logo. CVR Uniforms will apply your professional logo or group logo to any of their products. CVR Uniforms offers excellent turnaround time and the highest quality work at competitive prices. 111 West King Street inside of Town Cleaners. Call CVR Uniforms today at 532-7622.
Halftime at Greencastle, where the Shippensburg Greyhounds lead the Greencastle Blue Devils by a score of 14-0. Scott Smith, Rob Ebersole, J.D. Davison with you on week 6 of the high school football season. As we turn past the halfway point, we kind of start to take a look and see how these teams are stacking up for the playoffs.
Yes, and it's interesting. As we talked a little bit at the before the game, and we'll go down the top 8 in Quad A. Shippensburg, of course, first, closely followed by Berks Catholic, number 3 Milton Hershey, and Lampeter Stroudsburg 4th, Big Spring 5th, McDevitt 6th, East Pennsboro 7th, and Susquehanna Township 8th. And it's Susquehanna Township 3-3, Bishop McDevitt 3-3, but there are 2 high school football teams with a rich and deep tradition that even though they're not maybe having the best of years, they're still going to be good teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, and as you look at those standings, Rob, there are just fractions of a point that separate 1 through 8.
Yeah, and one thing we'd like to talk about here at the Patriot News, they have their dandy dozen as far as the top 12 teams in the mid-state, and there are 2 teams in Quad A, and that would be the number 10 team, Milton Hershey, and Berks Catholic at number 11, both at 5-1. I'll just go down the top 12. State College, Cumberland Valley, Central Dauphin, Wilson, Harrisburg, Manheim Central, Cedar Cliff, Middletown, CD East, Milton Hershey, and Berks Catholic and Palmyra rounding off the top 12. So it's interesting that 2 teams have made the dandy dozen for the Patriot News, and Shippensburg has not. And we're talking on the way up to Shippensburg in the playoffs in the past has lost to a couple of these teams. They've lost to Lampeter Strasburg, as you mentioned. They lost to East Pennsboro, and they lost to Susquehanna Township in the playoffs over the years. So, again, it's going to be a tough haul for Shippensburg once they get to the playoffs, but it's really cool that they are the number 1 seed, and obviously it would help if they stayed number 1 the rest of the year, and obviously to get that home first game.
And nothing to take anything away from the accomplishments so far this year, but when you look at that Patriot News top 12, and Shippensburg still on the outside looking in, I think it kind of gives you an idea of the strength of what's up in front of them. Yeah, and of course some of these teams aren't in the Quad A. They're the 6A and some 5A. But, yeah, that is a great point, Scott. Milton Hershey is year in and year out has a good football program. Don't know anything about Berks Catholic. As I mentioned, they're 5-1. They play Twin Valley this Friday, and they beat Hamburg 49-8 last week. So, but obviously a good club if they're second right now in the Quad A district rankings. So, yeah, you're right. A lot of talent, a lot of tradition in this Quad A. And it always seems to be very difficult when you stepped out of the Mid-Penn Colonial. The quality of the football just seems to increase exponentially. Yeah, and in the last couple years, Shippensburg in the opening round of the District 3 playoffs would just get thumped, and the games weren't even close. I think this year with the talent that Shippensburg has and the confidence, I think they're going to be, have a lot better chance. But again, you're right. They're just you get out of this Colonial Division, and the talent gets a lot better in a hurry. JD, look at the second half here. What Shippensburg have to do?
Protect the quarterback, for one thing. I like what they did. They went to the I formation a couple times tonight, and those plays, all except for the missed handoff down there, were really working well for them. Now, if they got a passing attack off that where they can run some play-action passes, with those 9 guys in the box, maybe they can get somebody loose over the middle, and get some big games in the passing game. But basically, Shippensburg's just going to do what they've been doing on offense and defense, be ready to make a few adjustments from what Greencastle does here at halftime, and, hopefully be able to pull away here in the second half and go home with a big win.
What'd you think of using the old-fashioned sweep play, really trying to show a little quickness and a little speed that Shippensburg has on offense?
Yeah, it's probably something that the Greyhounds noticed on game film, that they had maybe a little bit more speed and could get outside against Greencastle. I like the old school. I like the I formation. A couple different things you can do out of the I than what the Greyhounds do out of the wing they run, but it's a nice little balance and so forth.
It's one of the things that I think Shippensburg has on that offensive side of the ball, guys, is they've got some experience, and they're able to introduce a couple different looks so that they're not going to be looked at the same way week after week, and they've tried different things against different teams, and they've been very successful at it.
Yeah, the only thing is now they need to maybe give some different looks in the passing game. Maybe go with two receivers both sides instead of the 3-on-1 look, because most teams have seen that look. So if we go maybe 2-and-2, maybe we can surprise some teams and get some guys open.
Yeah, and they've not thrown the ball over the middle tonight at all.
It's kind of tough to do that. I mean, the slant pattern that's worked a couple times this year is not there with the extra guys in the box, because he's taking away the slant route first. They say, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with the fly pattern, and we think our defensive backs are better than your receivers. Unfortunately, Cody Gustafson's better than a lot of the other teams' defensive backs.
Okay, JD, thanks a lot. Here's a reminder that this coming Monday night, the Shippensburg Greyhound football boosters are going to hold a community day at Newt's Pub and Grill all day long. All you have to do is present a flyer to your server on Monday the 17th, and the football boosters will receive 15% off food sales associated with these flyers, and I'm sure they're going to have people down there at Newt's all day long and be able to pick up flyers, but if you see anybody from the Greyhound Football Boosters Club, I'm sure they'll have flyers to hand out. So it's this coming Monday, October the 17th, Shippensburg Greyhound Football Boosters Community Day at Newt's Pub and Grill at 15 West King Street in Shippensburg. Stop by, support Greyhound football and the Greyhound Football Boosters. And there's always great time, great food, and great drink at one of our SE Sportsnet sponsors, Newt's Pub and Grill. Both teams back out on the field. Second half kickoff coming your way.
Timmins Oil Incorporated of Orrstown has been proudly serving the local area for over 35 years with quality fuel oil, diesel fuel, and kerosene products at reasonable prices. The Timmins folks invite you to call now and arrange convenient fuel oil delivery for the upcoming heating season. Call Timmins Oil at 532-3740. That's 532-3740. Or stop in and say hello at 12901 Mountain Road in Orrstown. The Timmins family encourages all drivers to exercise extra caution on the roads now that the kids are back in school. Parents, remember to take the time to become involved in your children's school activities. And this fall and always, save a life. Please don't drink and drive. Remember, for extra convenient fuel oil delivery this winter, call Timmins Oil of Orrstown now at 532-3740. That's Timmins Oil at 532-3740. The Timmins family is proud to be part of our Cumberland and Franklin County communities. And go Greyhounds!
Getting ready for quarter number 3 here at Greencastle High School, and Shippensburg will get the ball to start the third quarter as Greencastle won the opening toss and elected to receive. Ethan Murr will tee it up for the Blue Devils, and Adam Hauser back deep for the Greyhounds. 14-0 here as we start quarter number 3. Low kick, and it kicks past Chavez into the hands of Hauser. Hauser looking for some running room, and he tries to break outside now, and he does find the corner, and Hauser with a nice return. And Shippensburg again with good starting field position, knocked out about the 35-yard line by Braden Black. So Hauser covered a lot of yardage there, Scott, in the returning that kickoff, but a nice return, in Shippensburg with decent field position.
Yeah, he certainly did. He bounced it to the outside of the near side of the field, was able to pick up some really nice return yardage that time.
So Cody Gustafson to the far side and Stein to the near side. Chavez in the slot. Hauser, and he's in motion, and then Chavez will get the carry, and he goes nowhere, and he's going to lose 3 or 4 yards, and I believe a late penalty flag in. That was Shear on the stop for Greencastle. Let's see what the penalty is. No, I thought I saw a flag. I guess I didn't. Second down, loss of 5.
I thought I saw one as well. Shear really made a nice play, playing off a block up front to be able to tackle for the loss.
Chavez in motion, and he got the handoff, but good defense by Greencastle. So second down and long for Shippensburg. And Syok under center. Back to pass. Being pressured. Throws it right down the middle of the field, and it's going to be a completion close to the first down. That's Tyler McSherry. Burton on the stop. And it is going to be short, but a nice catch, a nice throw, and Shippensburg has third down and 2.
Well, I think you've got to throw over the middle a little bit to get those linebackers to drop back in coverage.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the second quarter too, Scott, and you're exactly right. And that was a nice quick throw by Van Syok, and McSherry's first catch of the evening. And it's third down and manageable now here for the Greyhounds. And this is Hauser, and Hauser is going to have the first down and more, and Hauser breaks into the secondary. 20-10, Adam Hauser is going to score. 57-yard touchdown, Adam Hauser.
He stepped through the arms of Tanner Bain, Rob, at about the Greencastle 30-yard line, and did he ever turn it on then? Angled to the near sideline, and just a super run by Adam Hauser.
And as he predicted on Twitter, he was going to pass Cody, and now he's tied both with the 48 points. Going to go for 2. The direct snap by Cameron Tinner. He throws it into the end zone intended for Colby Holtry. Incomplete pass. And the 2-point conversion is no good. 10-13 remaining here in the third. Shippensburg up 20-0.
Residential and commercial painting at its best. That simply is New Life Painting, a family-owned Shippensburg company that welcomes the opportunity to discuss your painting needs, one room, or your full house. For 15 years, New Life Painting has guaranteed neatness, efficiency, and quality at affordable prices. If you're thinking of freshening up your home for this fall and winter, give Keith and Whitey a call. New Life Painting, 423-5577 for a free estimate and color consultation. New Life Painting of Shippensburg, 423-5577.
3-play, 65-yard scoring drive. The 2-point conversion no good, and Scott said to me, why would they do that? And I'm not really sure why they did that. But we probably would have said it was a good play if it had worked. But
you're right.
So it's 20-0, and Eddie Ocker will tee it up. Burton and Zimmerman back deep for Coach Teninis. Low line drive again, and Burton has it at the 19. So that's Zimmerman, and Zimmerman up over the 30 before he's upended by Grant Kammerer. So Greencastle down by 20 points will start at their own 31-yard line.
Greencastle was able to move the ball pretty effectively in the second quarter, Rob, but coughed it up twice. Shippensburg was able to take one of those turnovers and convert it into 6 points. So let's see what Greencastle comes out with here in the third quarter, first possession of this half.
J.D. mentioned something to me at one of the breaks. He said that's a sign of a team that's struggling whenever they're driving the ball and they commit the turnover. And Greencastle, as you mentioned, did it twice in the first half. A whistle. Penalty flags fly.
Any illegal procedure against the Blue Devils.
So that will mark the ball back to the 26-yard line of the Blue Devils. It'll be first down and 15. You're playing a little better. Maybe you don't make those turnovers, but even if you do, seem to be able to fight your way back. When a team is struggling, it's kind of hard to do. First down and 15. McDowell from the gun hands it off to Burton. Burton fights forward. Close to the original line of scrimmage. Eddie Ocker with the stop. It would be a gain of 5, second down and 10 for Greencastle. I can't say this for sure, Scott, but I do believe I heard that Waynesboro was beating Big Spring at the half when we were doing the halftime show. But I can't confirm that 100%. Second down and long. McDowell fakes the handoff to Burton. McDowell goes to the right end, and McDowell cuts back up towards the middle of the field, and McDowell is a nice run, and he's going to be close to the first down. Tyler McSherry finally brings him down. Going to be marked short of the first down at the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and 1, though, for the Blue Devils. It's a nice run by the quarterback, Kay McDowell. Had some room to the outside, and then he cut it right up the middle of the field, and it's third down and short for the Greencastle Blue Devils. 8:57, and McDowell with the quarterback keeper inside the 45-yard line. Dylan Jumper with the tackle for Shippensburg. First down for Greencastle. 20-0 Shippensburg. Adam Hauser with a 57-yard touchdown run here in the third quarter. And the Blue Devils, Greencastle on the move here, and this is Burton. And Burton, nice carry inside Shippensburg territory. Cameron Tinner and Cody Yo on the stop for Shippensburg. Gain of 5, second and 5 at the 49-yard line of Shippensburg. McDowell with Burton in the backfield from the shotgun. And fakes the handoff, and McDowell will run it. McDowell inside the 45-yard line of Shippensburg. Going to be short of the first down. Be third down and short, though, for Greencastle at the 45-yard line of Shippensburg. Dylan Jumper on the stop. And Greencastle, as I mentioned, decent little drive here starting after the Shippensburg touchdown. Third down and short. And McDowell again with the quarterback keeper, and again he's going to have enough for the first down.
I think you got to give a lot of credit, Rob, to the offensive line for Greencastle being able to pick up some successive first downs here, particularly on third and short. That's, I think, the third in a row, and that moves the chains one more time.
Jacob Reed in there is one of the offensive linemen. Darren Holdsworth. And you're right, Scott. That's a good observation. Good offensive line coverage. This is McDowell. He's going to run it again on first down, and he runs right into Denny and Carcione, and he goes, well, they're going to give him a yard. It'll be second down and 9, as McDowell's had a couple of good runs from the quarterback position, but not that time. Second down and 9.
So he's 5'11", 210 pounds, and just the 5'11" frame falling forward picked up a yard on that carry. 6:40 left to go in the half as the Hounds have a 20-0 lead. The third quarter, that is.
McDowell again from the shotgun, and he'll give it to Burton this time. Burton fights his way for a decent gain. Close to the 35-yard line. It'll be third down. Cameron Tinner on this stop. Third down and about 3 for the Blue Devils. So Burton has had a decent game for Greencastle, but has been unable to break any long yard runs. He came in with 500 yards rushing in the first 6 games of the year. Third down and 3 from the gun is McDowell, and McDowell again will run it. And McDowell's going to have another first down, I believe. Dylan Jumper, and they're still pushing back and forth, but let's see where the forward progress is, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Dylan Jumper on the stop. So Greencastle another first down, and they set up shop first and 10 from the Shippensburg 31-yard line.
You're doing a nice job converting on third down here, Rob, moving those chains and keeping possession of the football.
And I believe all 3 from running quarterback McDowell. From the shotgun.
Changing the play up.
Looks like it. McDowell to Burton over the right side, and Burton fights forward for a gain of a few. Colby Tracy finally stacks him up, and Tracy on a sophomore, and he's having a good year. Dylan Jumper also on the stop. McSherry. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
So running game very effective for the Blue Devils here on this drive. They started at their own 30-yard line. And they've moved the ball down to the Shippensburg 26.
Artificial turf on the field. We haven't mentioned that. There's a reverse handoff. Burton gives it to number 31, Zimmerman. He goes nowhere as Cameron Tinner saw that one coming. So Burton to Zimmerman, the handoff, and a gain of about 2, third down and 8.
Cameron Tinner coming in from the backside, just spun the Blue Devil running back down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So backs are split, and McDowell under center fakes it to Burton, and he rolls right. Now he's going to run right up the middle of the field, and he is going to be stopped inside the 25-yard line. It's going to be a fourth down and about 5, and Carcione another tackle for the Greyhounds. So it's fourth down, and obviously Greencastle down by 20 points will go for it here. Probably too far of a field goal attempt, and again, when you're down by 20, you're going to try to keep this drive going. A very nice drive by Greencastle. Fourth down and 4, McDowell from the shotgun. Man in motion, and McDowell's going to run it right up the gut, and McDowell is going to be stopped well short. That time, Shippensburg's defensive line was waiting for it, and Carcione again on the stop. So Shippensburg will get the ball back on downs.
Well, they were bending a little bit, but they certainly didn't break and stepped up to make the key play. Gets the football back.
Well, it seems like Greencastle kept going back to that same play, Scott, with McDowell from the shotgun, and it worked 3 times in a row for a first down, but that time Shippensburg up to the task. 3:22 remaining here in the third. Stein to the near side, Gustafson to the far side. And Van Syok under center. In motion is Chavez. And Van Syok still has the ball, and Van Syok might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain, as it didn't look like a very good play at all. I'm not sure. He was being pressured again. That was Schaeffler again, but Van Syok didn't look like he knew what he wanted to do there. Didn't have much time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that one was ugly. Shippensburg hasn't had many of those this year, but that one can go in the book under ugly.
Give them 1, 2nd down and 9. Give some credit to the defensive line of Greencastle. This is Hauser. Hauser fights forward, close to the 30-yard line, stopped about the 29-yard line. The Medina on the stop for Greencastle. Going to be a 4-yard gain. It's 3rd down and about 4 for Shippensburg.
Well, the Hounds took the opening kickoff of the quarter and took it in for a score. We've turned the clock down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
Very fast-moving ball game tonight. I think the Nationals-Dodgers game last night, 1 inning, has lasted longer than this whole game has. And Syok under center on 3rd down. 2-step drop, and this is Stein, and Stein has enough for the first down. Nice catch by Clayton Stein. McDowell makes the stop, but that's enough to move the chains. 1st down, Shippensburg.
Yeah, that just a couple of step drop eluded the pressure that time. Stein's, I think, first catch of the ball game, but it was an important catch. Gives Shippensburg the first down.
Another quick drop and a quick throw by Van Syok, and that's enough for the first down. Ball marked at the 35-yard line. Stein, a good talent, but with Gustafson on the field, he just does not get that many chances. Here's the pitch out to Hauser, and Hauser is going to fall forward for maybe 2 yards, but that was a nice play defensively by Shear. And they'll give him a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Well, another different look from the Shippensburg offense that time.
Just a quick pitch to the outside from Van Syok to Hauser. 36-yard line. 2nd down. Once again, Van Syok under center, and this is another pitch to Hauser over the left side. Hauser fights forward close to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Bain on the stop for Greencastle. Ball marked directly at the 40. 3rd down and 5. Might be the last play of the quarter, and maybe Shippensburg might not even have to run another play if they don't want to. Don't seem like they're in any hurry to do so. So that is going to be the end of the third here from Greencastle High School. It's Shippensburg 20, Blue Devils nothing. We'll be right back.
Advantage ChemDry understands that your pets are an important part of your family. But what happens when they cause messes? We have a revolutionary pet urine removal treatment that's specially formulated to eliminate urine odors. We offer full evaluations, including treating your subfloor, carpet, padding, and new flooring replacement. Stop being embarrassed by your pet's accidents and call me, Ashley, at 717-532-8676. Or visit us online at AdvantageChemDry.com. Get $20 off your pet urine removal treatment.
Heading to quarter number 4, SE Sportsnet coverage of Greyhound football from the Robert T. Henry Pharmacy broadcast booth. For free home prescription delivery, call 532-5812. Fourth quarter play-by-play, Cousin Scott.
Thank you very much, Rob. 20-0 Shippensburg with 12 minutes left to play. Hounds will have a 3rd down and just about 5 situation at their own 40-yard line, moving right to left here in the 4th quarter. Ball 20 yards in from the near sideline. Stein goes to the wide to that side. Gustafson to the near side. McSherry is flanked to the far side. Carter with a 2-step drop, looks over the middle, and he throws it right into the hands of Tanner Bain for the Blue Devils at the 48-yard line of Greencastle.
Well, they've had a little bit of success tonight with that ball over the middle, but that time, not a good throw at all by Van Syok.
And so the Blue Devils had the football back at their 48-yard line, trailing 20-0, just underway here in this 4th quarter. As they'll move left to right, sending Bodner wide to the far side. Put a man in motion. That happens to be Kieran Zimmerman, who turns up the far side of the football field, and Zimmerman is loose into the secondary in Shippensburg territory, down across the 35, down across the 30, and down to the Shippensburg 25-yard line before Ian King makes the tackle. But a nice run as they had Zimmerman set up in a flank to the near sideline, and they put him in motion, handed him the football, and he turned up the corner with a lot of blockers out in front.
That was a nice play. Zimmerman, a senior, 5'7", 155, shows some speed on the outside.
Ball was placed down at the 24-yard line. Craig McDowell from the gun. Hands off to Burton, who puts his head down and hits into the far side of the line and is going to get the ball just back to the line of scrimmage. Met in there by Colby Tracy for the Hounds. No gain in the play, 2nd down and 10. In fact, he may have lost about a yard in the play. It's a ball back close and right on the 25-yard line. 11 minutes left to go in the game. Hounds lead at 20-0.
Again, Shippensburg has kept Burton under wraps for most of the game tonight.
Biggest run coming by Zimmerman in this contest. This time Carter is to the near sideline. They fake a handoff, and McDowell wants to throw. He steps and throws, and it's just about picked off by Shippensburg's Dylan Jumper in front of the intended receiver at about the 20-yard line. Reese Kyler was the intended receiver on that play, but Jumper about picked it off.
Yeah, he went for the interception. The ball was thrown pretty low. It would have been up a little bit more. I think he might have made that INT.
So it's 3rd and 11 now for the Blue Devils.
Let's see if Greencastle can take advantage of the turnover here, something that they have not been able to do as far as take advantage of any kind of happening event.
4 wide receivers set with trips to the near side. McDowell wants to throw. Plenty of time. Looking long down the far sideline for a man in the end zone, but he well overthrown. The intended receiver was Antoine Carter. Step-by-step coverage by Shippensburg's Cody Yo for Shippensburg. So it'll be 4th and 11. JD?
It's going to be a big 4th down situation for Greencastle. If they have any hopes to get back in the football game, they got to convert here.
It will be 4th down and 11. Ball resting on the 25-yard line of Shippensburg, 20 yards in from the far side. This crowd has been pretty quiet here tonight. Shippensburg leading 20-0 with the clock stopped, 10:33 left to go in the contest. Again, 3 wide receivers to the near side, and now Greencastle's going to have to burn one of their timeouts. 10:33 left to go in the game. Shippensburg 20, Greencastle nothing.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Coach JD is recommending a blitz here on 4th down, so let's see what happens.
4th and 11 for the Blue Devils at the Shippensburg 25. Four wide receivers set with trips to the near side. McDowell rolls to the near sideline. He wants to throw. Now he puts his head down. He's going to run with the football, and he's going to be dropped shy. He crosses the 25 and goes down at about the 23-yard line. Coming up was Colby Holtry for Shippensburg to deny the first down run by McDowell, as everybody was covered on the pattern by a great job of the Shippensburg secondary. And Shippensburg gets the ball back at the 10-22 mark of the game at the 16-yard line. Check, that's the 20-yard line.
They dropped a lot of kids back in pass coverage, but made a nice adjustment to be able to get McDowell short of the first down marker.
So here come the Hounds with a 20-0 lead. Stein wide to the far side as the Hounds move right to left. Carter with a long count. Hands off inside to Philip Torres, who bounces out across the 30 and out to the 33-yard line, picking up the first down. Tanner Bain making the tackle, but that moves the chains for the Greyhounds. 1st and 10 on a 12-yard run by the Shippensburg halfback. Nice quick opener that time by the offensive line for the Hounds. Hauser and Torres are split behind Carter. He hands the football off to Philip Torres again, who looks inside and then turns it off of right tackle and slides out to the 39-yard line before he's upended by Caleb Schaefer. That's a 6-yard pickup, 2nd down and 4.
Philip Torres' first 2 carries here in the second half.
Ball 20 yards in from the near side. Stein goes to the far. And Gustafson's to the near. McSherry is wing to the far side. Hand off to Adam Hauser, who slides through one tackler and gets the ball out to the 40-yard line before he's met by Jacob Hockman. He'll pick up a couple, so we'll call it 3rd down and 2 as the ball's resting just outside the Shippensburg 40. As the Hounds continue to turn the clock at the 9-minute mark, leading 20-0.
Yeah, and a nice 1-2 punch all year long for Shippensburg. Torres and Hauser in the running back position.
Same offensive set for the Hounds on 3rd down and 2. Van Syok with the takeaway. Hands the football off to Philip Torres, who's going to fight close to that first down yardage. And a little bit of second effort will move the chains for the Shippensburg Greyhounds as he goes down just shy of the 44-yard line. Brady Shear credited with the tackle for Greencastle.
And Torres, I'm sorry, Chad.
No, go right ahead.
Torres
sir.
and Hauser battling back and forth for the leading rusher for the year. Torres was ahead of Hauser going into this game, but Hauser has overtaken him, especially after that long run. But 2 good running backs for Shippensburg.
In an I formation this time, Tinner will be the fullback. The toss to Adam Hauser, who puts his head down off the far side and gets the ball out close to the 45-yard line before he's met heavily in there by Kristen Valentine. He'll pick up a couple. 2nd down and 8. So the ball's out at the 46 now at Shippensburg.
Always fun watching Cameron Tinner when he's in the backfield offensively, how he leads and knocks a couple people over as he's blocking for his running back.
Again, Tinner the fullback, Hauser the tailback. Running room to the near side this time for Shippensburg. Carter Van Syok looks over the defense. 2nd down and 8. 2-step drop looking for Gustafson up the near sideline. They bump. And there comes a penalty marker at about the 38-yard line. Coverage that time by Antoine Carter against Cody Gustafson. And let's see what the penalty flag's about. They were both fighting each other before the football got there. Defensive pass interference will give Shippensburg another first down as they'll walk off 15 yards against the Greencastle Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's a good call, Scott. That could have gone either way, but it really looked like Carter made contact first. But another nice throw. It's a pass that they use all the time and unable to complete it, but they get the first down on the penalty.
The walk-off gives the Shippensburg Greyhounds a first down at their Greencastle 39-yard line. 7:09 left to go in the contest. The Hounds lead at 20-0. Van Syok with the takeaway. Inside handoff to Adam Hauser, who spins and turns, still on his feet inside the 30. Down to the 25-yard line goes the sophomore running back. Move the chains one more time for Shippensburg. Tanner Bain making the tackle, but not before the Greyhounds move the chains one more time.
Hauser, 5'10", 157, and boy, neither Torres or Hauser are big kids, but are they strong, and do they give you that second and third effort every time they run the ball?
Hounds have running room to the far side as they break the huddle. Moving the football here, turning the seconds off the clock. Backs are split. The takeaway by Carter. Hands off this time to Philip Torres, who puts his head down into the near side of the line and gets the ball down close to the 20-yard line. Met in there by Brady Shear, who's had a nice night for Greencastle. We've called his name a number of times. He'll pick up 4 yards in the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
He's a junior. Burton's a junior. McDowell's a junior.
Stein goes wide to the far side. McSherry wings to that side. The tandem of Hauser and Torres in the backfield. 2nd down and 6. Carter steps, throws, looks over the middle for Cody Gustafson, who looking for a flag close to the goal line as he was held up by Antoine Carter. And the pass is incomplete. So it will be 3rd down and 6. 5:54 left to go in the game.
Threw in a little bit of double coverage that time, Scott, and actually a good coverage by Carter and Valentine.
Ball up to 21. Third down and 6. The handoff to Philip Torres, and he'll move the chains as he moves the ball down inside the 10, where it'll be 1st and goal Shippensburg at the Greencastle 9-yard line. Seth Eberle finally making the tackle, and there's a Greencastle Antrim ball player down on the artificial turf here. But the Hounds will have it 1st and goal at the 9-yard line of Greencastle. I believe that happens to be Logan Shiflett, number 34, who's on his back.
Nice. Couple people collided there trying to make the tackle on Torres, and
I'm not sure it's his right knee or his lower leg, but he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, you hate to see this, obviously, any level of football, and his knees are so vulnerable. It's being attended to by the medical staff for Greencastle, and he's going to be down for a while, looks like.
We'll step away.
Premier Events West Orange Street in Shippensburg is the place to go for excellent upscale food and service in the Shippensburg area. Premier Events is a premier banquet and special events facility that offers catering for all occasions in their beautiful chandelier-lit banquet room. All their delicious food is freshly prepared and can be served on or off-site at your chosen location. Call them today at 532-2279 to book your party and let your next event be a premier event.
Logan Schiffler is going to have some help to come off the field. He's injured his right leg or knee. They've called a couple of his teammates over to help him walk off, and he gets a nice round of applause from the crowd here at Cayley Stadium. But Shippensburg, when play resumes, will have a 1st and goal at the Blue Devil 9-yard line.
Yes, Torres has really run the ball well in this series.
Shiflett can put no weight on that right leg at all.
No, he can't.
That's too bad. He's a senior. Big kid. He's 210 pounds, and they're still helping him off the field. I wish him nothing but the best, of course.
Next week, SE Sportsnet coverage of Shippensburg football at Northern. Pregame 6:45 is hard to believe, Scott, after tonight only 3 regular season games left. And then home against West Perry, and then the big one, last game of the season. Really looking forward to that one at Big Spring for the Little Brown Jug battle.
Shiflett finally clears the playing surface here. First and goal for Shippensburg. Ball inside the 9-yard line of the Blue Devils. Hounds have Hauser and Torres in the backfield. Carter Van Sock under center. Hands off to Philip Torres, who puts his head down and gets down to about the 3-yard line. Stop made in there by Brandon Black. So it will be second and goal now from about the 3.
This impressive drive, Scott, this time. Is they're, for the most part, keeping on the ground and getting the first downs and just keeping this clock moving.
Shippensburg fans settling in here tonight and enjoying this 20-0 lead by the Greyhounds. Cameron Tinner, fullback as they set up in an I. Hauser the tailback. This is Cameron Tinner. And the big boy takes it in from 3 yards out for the Shippensburg touchdown. 26-0. Real nice drive by the Shippensburg Greyhounds.
Boy, and it's nice to have a kid with that kind of strength. And Cameron Tinner, obviously a state class wrestler last year, and just a great athlete. And boy, he's hard to bring down, that big frame.
Jackson Van Horn will attempt the point after. His kick is up, and his kick is good. 4:40 left to go in the game. Shippensburg 27, Greencastle 0.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
Greyhound football on SC Sportsnet, powered by Kramer Insurance Agency. That was an 11-play, 79-yard scoring drive partner. Shippensburg with a 27-0 lead.
Eddie Ocker, let's see. He's been kicking the ball a little bit further than he did last week. Let's see what happens here.
Burton and Zimmerman await the Alker kick. And this drives Zimmerman back inside his 10. He's out across the 10 now, 15, 20. Puts his head down 25 and goes down at about the 27-yard line. So Greencastle, Naz Minor making the tackle. So Greencastle will start to work at their own 27. With 4:33 left to go in the game.
Greencastle's going to fall to 1-6, 1-3 in the Colonial Division. Shippensburg winning their 7th game of the year.
This time they send 3 wide receivers to the near side as they move left to right here. From the gun, McDowell hands the football off to Burton, and Demetrius will fall out to the 29-yard line before he's met in there by Rodney Brannon of Shippensburg. He'll pick up 3 on the carry, 2nd down and 7.
It's a nice tackle by Brannon. We don't call his name a lot. He's a senior, but he wrapped up Burton right away, and even though he did get 3 yards, it was a nice tackle.
Clock turning, 4:05 left to go in the game. This time McDowell under center with 2 running backs. Inside handoff, they give the football off to Burton, and then he hands it to Zimmerman. And Zimmerman's going to be dropped at the 30-yard line by Cameron Tinner of Shippensburg. So a little razzle-dazzle did nothing against the Shippensburg defense. And we'll give him a yard gain in the play, call it 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Cameron just kind of stood there waiting. He saw the play develop in front of him, and he was right there to make the stop.
27-0 Shippensburg working on a shutout here with 3:20 left to go in the game. This time, 3 wide receiver set. McDowell will work from the gun. Burton to his near side. And they hand the football off to Burton. Puts his head down, gets loose in the secondary, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Burton down the far sideline, goes out of bounds inside the Shippensburg 20-yard line. Cody Gustafson finally chased him down, but Burton, in his longest run from scrimmage tonight, gives the Greencastle Antrim Blue Devils a 1st and 10 at about the Shippensburg 18-yard line.
Well, we were talking all night long how we've contained Burton, and that time the junior shows his speed and almost broke it for the touchdown.
53-yard run by Burton. 1st and 10 at the Shippensburg 18. McDowell with a high snap, pulls it back down. He's going to try to run. Tries to turn up the near sideline, gets away from one Shippensburg tackler before he's met in there by Adam Hauser for Shippensburg and also Ian King and Denny Encarnacion. So the ball's put down at the 17. That gives him a yard carry. It'll be 2nd down and about 9.
You know, these kids, even though this game's in hand, they want to keep this shutout.
Slot to the far side of the formation, which is the side to run. McDowell steps and throws to the far side and completes it to Zimmerman, who eludes one Shippensburg tackler, and he's slammed to the turf at the 15-yard line by Shippensburg's Colby Tracy. So he'll get maybe another yard in the carry. We'll call it 3rd down and 8. 2:03 left to go. The ball at the Shippensburg 15.
It was Cody Yo that tried to make the tackle and kind of slowed things down so there wasn't much room for any kind of a gain.
Greencastle doesn't seem to be in any hurry
No.
here. 3 wide receiver set. McDowell with Burton to the near side. High snap, he hands the football off to Burton, who fumbles the football, gets away from one Shippensburg tackler, and then he is dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Rodney Brannon and Cody Yo for Shippensburg. It's a loss of 3 yards in the play, so it'll be 4th down and 11 as the ball is placed back at the 17-yard line. 1:18 left to go here in the contest.
The 3rd time he's fumbled? Burton?
Yeah, 3rd time he's dropped the ball tonight. He turned it over twice. That time it bounced right back into his hands. 4 wide receivers. Burton to the near side of McDowell from the gun. Takeaway. Rolls to the near sideline, steps and throws, and it's caught in and out of the hands of a Shippensburg defender and caught by Zimmerman at the 10-yard line. That went in and out of the hands, or was it intercepted? No, it's short of the 1st down, so it'll go over on downs. Zimmerman made a nice circus catch, but not enough for the 1st down, and Shippensburg will take over the ball at about the 10-yard line.
It was Colby Holtry that almost made the interception.
So make it win number 7 for Shippensburg with 51.2 ticks left on the clock. Easy for me to say, right? Shippensburg will take a knee. Let's see if they put the ball in play one more time. They're going to wait until the clock gets down there. Now the clock at 35 seconds, so Shippensburg doesn't have to put another play in the books. Shippensburg will leave Greencastle and head back home with a big 27-0 victory here tonight over the Greencastle Blue Devils as Carter Van Syok takes one more knee. And they'll head next Friday night to Northern. Nice, easy victory, I'd say, here tonight, Rob, by Shippensburg.
Yeah, a couple times that Northern had a chance maybe to get it back in the game a little bit. They self-destructed by a turnover, and Shippensburg just went about it in a very even way. They very business-like. They ran the ball very well, threw the ball when they had to, and really just controlled the game clock and did a nice job to win their 7th game of the year.
Final score: Shippensburg 27, Greencastle nothing.
You have auto insurance because, let's face it, stuff happens. And then you feel punished with a rate hike after filing a claim? Erie Rate Lock changes all that. With Rate Lock from Erie Insurance, your low rate stays great until you change cars, drivers, or your address. Your Erie agent in Shippensburg is Carl Kramer Insurance. Get a quote at 717-530-8600.
Rate lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. Insured must meet necessary underwriting guidelines. Premium may change if you make policy changes. Not all products are offered in all states. Patent pending.
Kick off your fall in a great new car or truck for less than the cost of a used one now at H&H Chevrolet Cadillac Shippensburg. This is Mickey Nye. At H&H, our lower expenses allow us to pass big savings on to you, like $4,500 off now on Chevy Cruze, Malibu, or on Chevy's versatile Colorado pickup, or score $10,000 off on a new Silverado Duramax diesel. H&H is your low overhead dealer that can afford to sell for less. Chevy, find new roads. Take exit 29 off of I-81. Visit hhchev.com, and thank you.
SC Sportsnet coverage of Greyhound football powered by Kramer Insurance Agency, and a big 27-0 victory here tonight, Rob. The Shippensburg goes to 7-0, and they lead in the Colonial Division.
Yes, and they did with 4 rushing touchdowns. The big one in the third quarter by Adam Hauser, the 57-yard run, but Chavez, Van Syok, and Tinner with the other 3 TDs, and good defense by the Greyhounds. Pretty steady offensive game. A little bit of trouble at times with Van Syok being pressured by the Greencastle defense, but overall just enough to win, and congratulations on the 7th win of the year.
Yeah, I would think that the Shippensburg coaching staff ought to be pretty pleased about how things occurred here tonight.
Yeah, I believe so, and now you do look ahead. You don't want to look ahead before the game's over, but you look ahead at another familiar foe in Northern, and Shippensburg having to go down there next week with their second away game of the week, and Northern always plays the Greyhounds tough at home.
So Northern next week, West Perry, and then Big Spring, the final 3 games in the regular season for Shippensburg, as the Hounds have gone 7-0, and our game stats are sponsored by Chamberlain's Pest Control of Shippensburg. JD.
Okay, for the Greyhounds, 43 rushes, 241 yards in the ball game. Adam Hauser, career high, 19 for 189. Philip Torres, 12 for 63. Carter Van Sock passing, 5 for 10, 1 interception for 81 yards. The Greyhounds with 322 yards of total offense. For the Blue Devils, 38 rushes for 215 yards. Burton, 18 for 124. McDowell, 15 for 65. McDowell passing, 4 for 8, no interceptions for 17 yards. 232 yards of total offense for Greencastle. Shippensburg picked up 16 first downs in the football game. Greencastle Antrim with 9. Defensive side of the football, Dylan Jumper, 11 tackles, 5 solo. Cameron Tinner, 12 tackles, 7 solo. Cody Holtree, 6 tackles, 3 of them solo and a fumble recovery. And Tracy, 7 tackles, 4 solo for the Greyhound defense.
Another big night for Shippensburg. They really did it pretty equally, both in the air and on the ground.
Yes, pretty much surgically tonight. They scored in every quarter. A couple times they were methodical. I mean, the last drive was evident of that. They took 6 minutes off the game clock in the fourth quarter when it's key. Went right down the field, mostly running the football. A few passes thrown in there. And, the running game was outshined the passing game tonight, which has been the other way around most of the season. So it's nice to see the running game step up and have a huge night tonight.
Big game against Northern next Friday night.
Northern's always tough. They're tough down there in Dillsburg and so forth, but they're having one of those seasons you don't quite know about, but they always seem to give the Greyhounds fits when they go down there. Greencastle gave us some fits tonight. It's the familiarity of knowing your teams in your conference, what they like to do, and they you game plan for it, and so Shippensburg's I formation with the wrinkle tonight was huge in that opening drive to get them the first score and so forth. So it should be a good ball game next week.
Okay, JD, thanks a lot. Shippensburg going to 7-0 with a big 27-0 shutout over Greencastle. Your final thoughts, partner?
Well, it's very cool. That's all I got to say, really. I mean, this team has played so well all year long, and it's just so it's so good to see them be undefeated. And the way I think the neatest thing is the overall. Of course, you have Van Syok and Gustafson, the two main guys, but boy, just the overall team effort by this squad week after week after week. So it's fun to watch and fun to broadcast.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks to JD and, of course, my partner Rob for tonight's broadcast. Coverage of Shippensburg High School football is an exclusive and copyrighted feature of SE Sportsnet and the Shippensburg High School Athletic Department. Any use of the descriptions and accounts without the consent of SE Sportsnet and the Shippensburg Area Senior High School is strictly prohibited. Once again, our final score, Shippensburg 27, Greencastle nothing. On behalf of Rob Ebersole and J.D. Davidson, we bid you good night. You've been listening to coverage of Shippensburg Greyhound football on SE Sportsnet.
Roster in case one of the newspapers needs something from me. You give me the right one, you're not giving me the freshman roster.